Guys, welcome back to the channel. So today I want to go over this cockbird I picked up. It's actually was given to me. So they told me it was a scion, right? And I'm looking at the bird. It's got good weight on it. It doesn't have a lot of muscle or as much muscle in the chest as I noticed in the other birds, right? So I don't know, maybe this wasn't flown as much or it's not raced or whatever. It's a really nice looking bird, right? But again, I'm not feeling the muscle on the bird itself. Even the balance of the bird looks pretty good, but this is kind of stiff. If you look at the tail, it stays kind of down. I pick it up, it doesn't straighten out at all. Don't know how much that matters or doesn't, but I feel like the balance of the bird is not 100%. Looking at the wing, it looks like its wing was clipped in the past, and it's definitely a medium distance bird at best. So, and scions, from what I understand, are long distance birds. So I'm thinking this is really a medium distance bird. It's probably not a pure scion. Again, the tail has a little droop. It's not. So I would say the balance isn't 100%. Looking at the eyes though. So looking at the eyes look pretty good. It's not a true bull eye. You could see the pupil and the ring around it. I put some light on it. It does close up pretty good. So it's I'm thinking the eye sign might be halfway decent. I'm not an expert on eye sign, so I don't know if it's the best eye sign, but I think the eye sign is pretty decent. The wing structure, medium-sized bird, but again, not a lot of muscle in the chest, so a little concerned about that. Also, looking underneath the bird, there's a good amount of distance in here. So I'm thinking probably, I don't know what its flight speed would be too. I think it's just a nice white bird. Don't know what its true lineage is, but yeah. So I don't know if I'm gonna breed this guy or just keep him in the loft or see what happens. And that's not to say like he can't produce champions or anything like that, but I do want to stick with good genetics. I have another white one that's a Jansen that I've had from before, so maybe I'll breed that one. I should have brought that one in. But yeah, so this was given to me as a white scion. I'm looking at him. I'm thinking it's not really a white scion, although it's got some interesting stuff. Like the wattle looks really good. Normally, on the wattle, this portion of the wattle, the fatter it gets, I feel like they have better homing abilities. And looking at the eye sign looks good for more of a breeder than I would say of a racer. And the way I determine that, and again, I'm no expert at this at all, but when the eye reflex closes up, so the pupil of the eye becomes very small, I would say it's a better racer. And when the eye pupil doesn't close up as much, it's more of a I guess more of a breeder type bird. But with that said, it's a white bird, so it um the eye itself, normally they have more of a bull eye, and I don't think this guy has a bull eye, so I would definitely say that's a good sign, at least for me. Bull eyes, they're probably just fine. They have a recessive gene, but I can't tell that easily if it's gonna, what the reaction on the pupil is. And I guess at some point I'll get into what I've learned about eye signs, but again, like I said, I'm not an expert. Another factor about this bird, I'm like touching the bird, it's not very dusty. This sounds silly, but I like it when my birds are very dusty. And the theory on this, the bird dandruff or the dust, it basically makes the bird waterproof. So when it's cutting through the wind, fog, whatever, the water kind of just beads off of it. But this guy's not very dusty, so I'm thinking like as he flies, he's going to get a lot of water weighing him down compared to a dusty bird, which I feel like the water does not weigh a dusty bird down as much because it's much smoother and they'll fly a lot easier. So yeah, with that said, this is the White Sion, right? I don't know. Again, I'm not sure if I'm going to breed the White Sion. Uh, Not looking like a purebred White Sion to me. I'm no Scion expert, but looking at its wing, I realize the wing is kind of small, or not as long for a distance bird than it is for a short or medium sized bird. But it doesn't have the kink in the middle, which means it's not a fast. I'm sorry, it's not a short sprinter or anything like that either. So it's definitely a medium-sized bird. Probably has good homing abilities based on the wattle. At least that's my guess. I don't know if I'm gonna breed this bird and try to get offspring or not. I don't. I'm not a big fan of culling birds, which, if you guys don't know what culling means killing them off because you have too many. So maybe I could just trade this bird or sell it, and not or give it to a different fancier, or maybe I just use it to build up a white stock because I did want to get a white stock of birds that I could free loft and maybe do a dove quote, like a dove house on it. But yeah, so this is the White Scion. Let me know what you guys think. Maybe you could give me some tips. Maybe I'm breeding the bird wrong. Again, like I said, not very dusty. I feel like it doesn't have good muscle structure in the chest. The wings are definitely medium size, not as strong as my other guys. The tail, I feel like the tail's not well balanced. It has kind of a droop down. I feel like it should have a kind of a concaved up a little bit, especially when I lean it forward. But it literally droops down. Um, yeah, so I don't know. Leave me some comments. Let me know what you guys think. If this is if it's worth trying to breed or if it's not trying to breed. I do think it's a beautiful bird. I just don't know if it would make a good racing bird. Even the wings kind of sits low here. I feel like the wings sit a little low on this. But yeah, so this is the White Scion given to me. I have another Scion, very different structure. I'll bring it out. It's a blue bar. I'm not going to bring it out this video. It's getting late and I don't want to walk out in the rain again. So, yeah. Again, leave me some comments and let me put this video on pause and then I'll close up the video with my final thoughts. All right, thank you. All right, guys. So, final thoughts, right? White Scion. Don't know if I'm going to breed them. This is what I'm thinking, right? What I'd like to do is this year I would like to produce 12 birds or 12 homers, right? Mind you, I got some droppers and stuff. I'd probably try to breed them out as well. Get some additional droppers, which are really fantails. I got a pair of satinets and 3 pairs of fantails. But anyway, excluding those, as far as racing birds go, I want to try to produce 12. Right? Again, I'm not a fan of culling birds. Don't want to kill them off. So I don't want to produce 100 birds. And then next thing I know, I can't keep all of them. And then you got to take them out or give them away or something. So best thing to do is just avoid doing it, right? So that's that. So with that said, I'm going to produce 12 birds, right? And with these 12 birds, I think I'm going to name them, at some point. And then the date their parents got paired, the nest ID, and I'll show you how I'm thinking about doing nest IDs and stuff. So actually going to do some color coding and stuff with the dog bowls. The cock ID, the hen ID, it's basically their band numbers. The band number for the cock ID, and the band number for the cock, the band number for the hen. The only thing is, I feel like a few of my birds don't have bands, right? So like that Scion didn't have a band. So if I ever bred it, I would have to purchase my own internal banding number, right? And that's why I put this in the ring number. So I want to get a series of rings and then just keep track of my birds with whatever rings. So this is sort of like the internal number. And then I got when the eggs were laid, when they hatched, I can't determine sex very well until they're older and they start acting weird. Not weird, they like coo and circle and whatever, and then I could be like, all right, this is a male or female. And then, if I put a band, like a racing band on them, I would put the racing band number. So that's how I'm going to end up doing it. It's going to be, again, don't want to produce more than 12 birds. Don't want to fly more than 12 birds. Don't want to feed more than 12 birds. I want to focus on 12 birds. And my assumption is out of these 12, when I do my final toss, like I want to do a far toss, I don't know, Cape Cod, I don't know, like a 300-mile toss, 400-mile toss. And when I do my final toss, I would assume I'm going to lose some of these birds. Now, if I keep all 12, then obviously I should do a further toss. But anyway, I think I'm going to lose some. Hawksville, let's say we lose half and Hawks get them or whatever. And then I'll have 6 birds left. I'll raise them the following year. Maybe I'll pair them up, right? And then retire one of the older cock and hens, right? And retire, like maybe I could find someone that's into racing and then give some of them away and reduce my stock. But I want to get to the point where I have 6 birds, 6 pairs, right? So that's 12 birds, and I'm producing about 12 to, maybe in the future I'll go up to 20 or something, but not more than that, right? So this is with actually, I should go down to 24, right? Because I want to work with 6 pairs. 6 pairs giving me, at least 2 offspring per pair. And then you got 2 times 6 is 12. Maybe we do a second run. So with that said, 24 birds. So I think I'm going to go to 24 birds. Scrap this out, go to 24 birds. And again, it's just going to be hard training, a lot of tosses, and just get further and further until I start noticing my birds not showing up back. And I'm thinking when that happens, that's when I know which birds are like the birds that I should keep and which birds I shouldn't. And then at some point I got to start timing them so I know who's making it back the fastest and so on, and really start developing birds that way. Eventually just retiring out the old birds and trying to get better and better offspring per bird. And I don't know, maybe I don't retire them right away. I see what their offsprings look like and keep the original cocks and hens separate. And if these guys are producing birds that are making it back at record times and distances and whatever, those are the birds we keep, right? So it's probably going to take me some couple of years to really get a good foundation loft going where I have birds that are producing really good offspring. But until then, I guess I could just use the opportunity just to learn on how to manage a proper racing loft. All right, so yeah, so final thoughts. Scion, probably not going to breed him because I don't think it's a real Scion. I do have a really nice Jansen, a white Jansen. I might pick up some additional white Jansens. I found a guy that's got a bunch, so I'll reach out to him. Hopefully he'll send me some Jansens. But anyway, that's it. I mean, if you guys think separately or you have a better way of keeping track of stuff, leave me a comment. Let me know what you guys think, and we'll go from there. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed the video. Again, if you liked it, hit like. If you want to see more videos like this, definitely subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to build up the channel and build up this community. So look forward for your, I appreciate your support, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Thank you.